Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Wisam Zaqoot. It is my pleasure actually to apply for the position of lecturer, senior lecturer, associate professor in computer science, education focused in the University of Sydney. And I'm very happy actually that the selection committee has considered my application. In fact, I always had an interest in the education sector. I'm working now in the Ministry of Education in Palestine, and I have taught in different universities in Palestine and in Singapore, as you can see in my CV and my teaching statement. In this video, I'd like to share some aspects of my teaching innovation in the following few points. First of all, as part of my PhD studies, I developed a new instrument to assess the representational fluency of students. I also developed a new learning system called EduGo to assess students' representational fluency in order to give students the training and the practices they need and to evaluate their progress at the end. I adopted the different approaches within this learning system, including adaptive training, personalized exercises, gamification, and I use different modalities to develop these competencies among the students. I published multiple papers to communicate my findings as you can see here, while this work is essentially relevant to teaching math and physics in schools, I believe it can be customized to enhance students' fluency in other subjects like coding and programming languages, etc. The point number two, I worked on developing, actually, I developed a new algorithm to generate adaptive practices in learning systems. The new algorithm that I developed is based on rash analysis. It can give each student a personalized set of exercises and practice questions in light of a student's ability and in light of questions level of difficulty. I published the details of this algorithm and an experiment where I used this algorithm in a top information systems conference in Australia in 2021. Again, such algorithm can be incorporated in existing learning systems to generate adaptive training exercises from the university question bank, for example. Number three, the third point I want to mention is that I have published multiple papers related to education technology and adult learning in top conferences. In one paper, I presented my experiments about using online whiteboards in teaching digital innovation courses. In another paper, in other papers, actually, I investigated the use of different techniques to help adult learners, including the use of different behavioral nudges and the use of micro-learning techniques. I think I had a lot of good outcomes and findings in these experiments and these trials that I presented in my papers. Number four, teaching in Singapore during the COVID-19, I was able to teach students seamlessly without interruption, sometimes face-to-face, while adhering to social distancing rules in the country. In other cases, I taught courses fully online. However, in all cases, my teaching evaluations and the students' feedback reports showed that my teaching performance was better than my colleagues in my prestigious university, the National University of Singapore. Samples of these reports are included with my application, and you can see, for example, here that my performance was generally superior to my colleagues, above the average in all reports. Besides that, I want to mention another point. During my work in the Ministry of Education in Palestine, I worked on several initiatives. I myself began an initiative where I ran workshops to help top or best high school students in my country to apply for and get scholarships from the top universities in the world. Sorry for that. Yep. And the last point I want to mention is that um, I worked also during my work in the universities here in Palestine. I worked on connecting my students who were taking e-business and entrepreneurship courses. I tried to connect them to venture capitals and angel investors abroad. I believe I can do the same within Sydney University. These are some aspects of my teaching innovation and aspects of my work in academia. I hope they are interesting for you, and thank you for listening. That's it. Bye bye.